got a new life. He runs.
Hi everyone, my name is Smith and I recently finished grad school and wanted to go on a long road trip to the western parts of the United States. In last episode, I showed you how I made it to Austin, Texas and had a change of mind about my plans. I told you that I'm gonna continue on this journey, but it's gonna look differently than I originally intended. I won't be in this car, it'll look different. And so I'll see you in New Mexico. We just flew in last night, currently in a rental Toyota 4Runner. This morning we started driving from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Oljato Monument Valley. It must have been fall of 2021 where I was hustling to finish my graduate studies. All I did was follow a meticulously crafted morning ritual, drive to work, write, manage experiments, eat, sleep, and dream about what else I needed to get done so I could finish. It was one of those nights where I had a dream where I was driving straight through a road that was carved in the middle of a valley leading towards monuments of these beautiful red rocks. At the time, I didn't even know if this place like this existed in reality. All I remembered was that I might have seen something like this in a movie, particularly in a Pixar movie, Cars. Despite being busy with my rituals to graduate, it felt important enough for me to set aside some time and research if this place even existed in reality. And if it did, where is it? And so that's my obsession with Oljato Monument Valley. This part of the journey, I was joined by my partner Priya. We woke up early and we started driving towards west to Navajo Nation. This was our first time visiting Navajo Nation and we were so excited to experience this part of the country. Immediately, I saw an open road full of rocks and vegetation and an extended view of the mountains that were surrounding me. The road seemed like the only sign of civilization. Closer to the four corners of the states, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah, the faded yellow rocks turned into vibrant red rocks. The rocks looked ruthless, untouched, and unforgiving. On our way, I would spot these tortuous areas of green vegetations. Why are these greens formed in this tortuous way, I wondered. And in a split second, below my eye level, I spotted a body of water. It's because there's water underneath my eye level, surrounding me and carving out these canyons that's feeding these vegetations. We kept driving west. And oh my God, there it was. There it was. A first glimpse of the monumental rocks that I saw in my dream in 2021. They looked like they were emerged from the ground with a meticulous purpose. Made it to Monument Valley. Soon, we're gonna be driving through this, it's called the Tribal Park, and visit all of this. Yo. That was bright. My mind cannot fathom the fact that I'm here. I mean, come on. The thing about Monument Valley is that it's not just a national park or a tourist space. There are actually locals that live here. We've been driving around here and we see lots of roads and properties and signs that says absolutely no trespassing and visitors not welcome and things like that. And it must be because I can't even imagine how annoying it may be for them to just have constant flow of tourism. And so you have to kind of respect that and their private homes. But I couldn't help but have this feeling of wanting to actually go and talk to them just to see what their day-to-day life is like. Right now, we were just driving and I just saw some people practicing with the lasso, and I was just like, what? Like, I never see something like that back home, you know? We're at the Navajo Code Talkers Outpost, also known as the Artist's Point. I mean, just look at this. Look at the details and all the shadows there. And the valley is just magnificent. After touring the tribal park, we headed to the campsite, which was literally less than 2 miles away from the tribal park, meaning we had the views to the monumental red rocks all to ourselves for the rest of the day and at night. We settled in at the campsite, cooked up some ramen, and headed out for a small hike. On the hike, we really got to breathe in the monuments one last time. This is the viewpoint at the end of our hike over here. Wow. The sunset at the Monument Valley. Purely out in the nature. At dark, in the light of moon, these red rocks transformed into dark blue giants. That sight is ingrained forever in my mind. The night in the valley was windy and a bit chilly, but I couldn't help but feel safe. Yes, safe, because I was in the presence of the monumental guardians of my dreams. The next day, we had to rise early to make a 2-hour drive to Page, Arizona. Good morning from Page, Arizona. Currently, I'm here for an Antelope Canyon tour. In the last day, I was so used to seeing all these rugged lands on top of the ground, and I believe what my expectations are for this Antelope Canyon tour is that everything is also underneath it, and there's all these caves and carvings and things like that are underneath it, and those are things that, you know, when you're driving around, you don't get exposed to. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's under these lands are too. The Antelope Canyons are secluded and somewhat deep in the desert. Our tour involved getting on an off-road vehicle and driving for roughly 20 minutes into the desert. Once we got there, the main canyons had this tranquil energy.
So welcome to Upper Antelope Canyon.
Like as if I was in a museum of fine arts. Quiet, moody, ambient natural sounds, and whispers of awe from the fellow tourmates. The rocks had deep cuts with sharp edges, but at the same time had smooth curves. Just walked out of the Antelope Canyon tour, and they're so deep inside, and the fact that it is all just carved out of rainwater is crazy. It's not really river, it's rainwater. And you could even see there were some cedar logs that were stuck in the canyons, essentially symbolizing how high the waters can actually get in there. Every season, these canyons flood and eventually dry up. This constant change is what shapes them. The irony, right? The constant change is what shapes their beauty. We wrapped up the tour, and the next destination was a brief visit to the Horseshoe Bend in Page, Arizona. I took in the view, wind enough to push me off my feet, and unwanted sand all over my body and my pockets. We then drove from Arizona up to Utah. This drive literally has 5 national parks with all within like 4 to 5 hour drive. We planned to skip this area because we had to make it up to Salt Lake City by the end of the day. We still had a few hours, so we decided to make a quick stop at Welcome from Zion National Park. I have to pan the camera like up to show how large these things are. This is ridiculous. Wow. You see these holes over there? Like right here? There's a tunnel that literally goes through this mountain. And then there are these hole openings. Boom, right there. And then there's another hole opening. Right here, yeah. This is all a tunnel. It's crazy. We're only here for like an hour, so we're gonna take the shuttles and see what we can see, and then go from there. Completed the Zion Scenic Drive tour. Zion is a trip in itself. Until next time. This part of the trip was about exploring the American Southwest. Next, we headed up to Wyoming to explore the American Northwest. In next episode, say hello to the cold.